diggers. They are ankle.
You're going to unroll them, but not uncuff them, because that is a permanent cuff.
And let me put my sequin blazer back on, because obsessed with that.
It looks so good.
Oh, it feels good too. You feel very fun and festive in it.
I'm so glad we're not wearing exactly the same outfit. I usually
funny.
reach out to find out what the host will be wearing, but we luckily chose.
There you go.
Same,
Black,
but different.
I'm navy. So here's how this one works. It is done in an extremely high-end, yet soft and comfortable Ponte. Joan was one of our first designers here at QVC to really give you Ponte at a much lower price than what you would find out at other department stores and retail stores. We lowered the price even more today, so now you're paying $56 instead of over $60 on a tapered ankle Ponte pant. And this one has that little roll that's stitched down.
That's
so
right.
You get that look of a cuff. There's regular inseams of 28 inches. There's petite inseams of 25 inches. And I only have these 3 colors. So choose what you want, or maybe even get multiples while they're on sale. And we have 5 easy payments attached to this. So $11 per month can bring them home. But the first payment tonight takes them to your door.
There you go.
Here is your pale khaki.
Isn't that nice? A really nice, soft, great alternative to white. But if you still want to do something a little bit on that lighter side, that coastal
Here's
brown.
what I have on. This is navy. And petites in general, the inseam that I wear at 5'2½", also almost less called Bitsy.
Oh, you're kidding. Well, as I
limited.
mentioned, I am wearing petite. I'm 5'6", wearing the petite, because I like a little bit of that ankle length. The regular will be 28.
Gotcha. And then this is your black option. Can I just say, $55 for a comfortable, really easy fit black pant that is needed in your wardrobe right now.
Absolutely. I love that they have pockets. So this is a slight departure from some of our signature Ponte, which still had that pull-on styling, but they often didn't have pockets. They didn't necessarily have as wide of a bottom sort of opening. So these are giving me a little bit more of like a trouser, but still done in that fabulous Ponte. So you're getting the 4-way stretch, you're getting the stretch and recovery, which is great. The pull-on styling with that nice flat waist in the front, but a true elastic in the back. And then what we did on this one is added in these little pleats in the front, which start up at the top at the waistband. They have a little bit of a stitch, and then there's that pleat. So it gives them just a little bit of that sort of trouser look again, but perfectly comfortable. I just threw an elastic belt over these. There aren't belt loops, but certainly you could just add on a little belt if you wanted to do that. And again, I have them on in the petite length. The only difference between regular and petite in the Classics collection is the length. So it's all up to you how you want them to fit. The 28s fit right to like there on me.
Okay.
I like a little bit more ankle, so I bought these myself.
Well, and I was going to say, maybe then if you want them to look the way they do on Bitsy and myself, instead of saying if you're 5'4" and under, go with the petite. Maybe we use your height. Yeah. And we say 5'6" and under, go with the petite.
If you want to show some ankle.
Yes.
Like we are calling these ankle pants, but to me, the 28 was a little full length.
Okay.
So look, when we see the model, I think it was, there we go. It's Amanda. That's pretty much how they fit me. So a little less ankle. Maybe my legs are a little bit shorter than hers, so they were just a little bit to like the top strap.
Okay, awesome. Machine wash. They are dry, flat, and the 3 colors, they sum up the whole brand name, Joan Rivers Classics.
Yeah.
Like, you need all 3 of these in your wardrobe. The black, the pale khaki, and then the navy that I have on.
Yeah.
You know, you have to feel this. If you do not want a pant that screams uncomfortable, but you want something that looks fancy for dinners, for events, for work, for worship, but you still want this soft fabric against your skin, this is what soft Ponte is.
Yeah.
And Joan does a Ponte that doesn't show panty lines and doesn't show The cellulite. There are little, it's hard to see in the navy, but there's little welt pockets back here that
They're
will stay
faux.
closed.
Yeah, they're faux pockets.
And they're just smooth all the way around. They feel delightful.
They do. They have almost a coolness to the touch. And this is a pair of pants that I would venture to say you'll wear year round. I mean, they're light enough to wear right now, but not super thin that you would think, oh, geez, when it's cold, those are going away. Our Ponte is pretty much a year-round fabrication. These, I think, are a little bit more forgiving and roomy. Really just a fabulous little polished pair of pants that feel like a jogger.
Babes, that black pant, I mean, when I look at you, especially because you're wearing it with a sequin blazer, that's a clearance price, by the way.
Ooh.
And coming up later on in the show, already very popular. But when I look at you, like, I'm just assuming you spent hundreds on the jacket, hundreds on the pants, hundreds on the underpinning too, and those pants are $55.
Yeah.
You know, it's important that we are stocked up on good basics and like good must-haves. Because if your daughter-in-law calls you and says, Mom, I want to treat you, let's go out, let's have a girl day, but where she's treating you is a nicer restaurant, and you say no simply because you don't have good black pants,
Right.
you're going to miss out on that fun bonding time. So have these things waiting in your closet. And when they're $55, that is a good time to stock up.
It really is. And they're that silhouette that really goes with you wherever you need to, meaning I'm wearing it with a blazer. I could wear it with a little sneaker. I could wear it with a heel. So these are that workhorse. We don't call them wardrobe builders, but really they should.
They are.
I don't know that we have any wardrobe builder pants. I don't think we do.
The wardrobe builder line is coming up in a little bit with this tank.
Yes.
That's $35, the one that I have on, where you have a V-neck in the front and a scoop neck in the back. I mean, let's just say we grab the white tank, the pale khaki pant, and dang it, I gotta go get this orchid blazer because
the
here's
orchid
the outfit
is gorgeous.
in the show. Like, look at that.
In fact, I love the orchid with navy. That is one of my other favorite, with a little white tank.
Well, now you have options because, the
Boom.
white tank will look good. But I'm thinking you could even like play around with pinks for summer and put more pink in there.
Yes.
I did the navy with the navy. I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah,
But
these
that's a pink blazer.
These pants are super soft. You're gonna machine wash. Do we say lay flat?
Yeah, I did say lay flat.
Lay flat to dry. The navy is a nice, rich navy. Held up against the black, it's very close. So it's not like a light navy. If you have a really nice navy leather shoe, it'll probably match this navy. Navy can vary, but this to me is like that
True
deep,
navy.
rich, true navy. If you want to do a blank canvas, oh, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I can bend over
Not
in Ponte.
You can.
Doesn't mean
But
my
can-
knees can handle it.
I can't-
But the fabric of the pant
I
can.
can't not make noise when I bend over. I've hit that age where I'm like, ooh, ooh. So,
That's
a
hysterical.
beautiful navy that would be that perfect blank canvas. I love when we're giving you pieces that really work together. If you get the tank and the Ponte pants, you are good to go for
Doing
like
the math
seasons.
off my head, and hopefully I'm remembering the price of the tank accurately. I think you would pay about $90 and have like your go-to underpinning, and then blazers, cardigans, little button-down tops.
Yeah.
So here again, navy, black, and tan. You know, they're on sale tonight. I've mentioned that. So
I've
it
only
seems like-
presented them once.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, it seems like this is the
It's a brand
better
new.
night then to try them, because from here on out, we're just going to keep getting limited in sizes, inseams, colors. I already told you the petite that both Bitsy and I are wearing is getting limited. The petite inseam, 25 inches. The regular, 28. They should hit a little bit around the ankle for most of us, making them ideal for summer, but also making them ideal for all year round. But I want to go back to the Ponte.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I've been here for over 16 years. And Joan was one of the only brands then that had a Ponte pant. And Ponte is softer.
Yeah.
So if you put Ponte on, not only is it a pull-on style, which is just an easier fit, but the actual fabric that touches your body is more enjoyable to be in.
It feels great. It's maybe not as hefty as some of our signature Ponte that were a little bit closer to the leg. I think these are a little bit lighter. So if you're somebody who didn't want them to be super thick and almost like scuba-like, this is that perfect in between. Still forgiving, still a nice silhouette, not going to be tight clinging to the body, not going to give you a very, sometimes if it's too tight at the bottom, it can create sort of an inverted triangle if you carry your weight in the middle. I think having a little bit of opening at the bottom is a really nice balancing for all body types.
Yes. And will you tell me the size you have on? I know you said regular.
I have them on in a size small in the petite length.
Okay, and then I have them on in an extra, extra small petite length, 5'2 and a half. I am 2 different sizes, sometimes the 2, sometimes the 4. So when we talk about alpha sizing, therefore sometimes the extra, extra small, sometimes the extra small, but with all the elastic, I was able to stick with that extra, extra small, and then they stretched over all my needs from the lower part of the belly to getting them up and over the hiney. Like I carry more weight in the backside, and so sometimes if I have a really tight pant on, I can't get them over the tush, and these really stretched over my booty.
Yeah, they're very comfortable. I think you're gonna love sort of the waistband, lays flat. It's about 1 inch wide there, so it's giving you a nice sort of firm starting point. We did give you pockets, which I absolutely love, and then 28 and 25 will be your length choices.
Awesome. 869-5829 for our tapered ankle Ponte pant.